It is that time of year when those big management ETF companies are dropping brand spanking new ETFs. I think it's time we take a good old peek. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. This is going to be a good one. Exchange traded funds or ETFs have been growing in popularity with Canadian investors. We have seen record investment into these funds, and well, that trend is not about to slow down. In fact, it more than likely is going to increase. So, why are ETFs becoming a go to option for many investors? It comes down to a few things: low fees, broad diversification, and of course, you can't beat them when it comes to ease of access. Whether they're providing sector, index, or even geographical exposure, generating monthly income, or building long term portfolios, ETFs, well, they've been stepping up big time. With more Canadians taking control of their financial futures through self directed platforms like Wealthsimple, the ETF market is not just expanding. It's reshaping how many Canadians invest. A sub to the channel is the best way to take control of future content. For today's list, we will be looking at brand new ETFs that were launched, well, at least March 21st and forward, so spring ETFs for sure. There is one exception. I am going to ignore all of the crypto ETFs that have been launched because, quite honestly, they deserve their own video. When all was said and done, we have whittled it down to 9 brand new ETFs that we're going to look at. So today's list, well, it's going to be sorted by their management companies. So without any further ado, let's do this. We will start with Evolve ETFs, and they have 2 brand new ETFs for us to look at. Up first, we have the Evolve Enhanced Yield Midterm Bond Fund. That's got a ticker of MIDB. This fund is designed to provide exposure to fixed income assets while also using covered calls to help create some nice income at the same time. So this one started trading on March 26th of 2025. At the time of recording, the price on this one is $19.76. There is a management fee of 0.45%. Now, this one the yield's not bad on this one. It's 10.02%. Monthly dividend, 16.5 cents per share. So this may become a favorite for some. I like the fact that we don't have a lot of volatility where it's basically holding fixed income assets. That's not too shabby. All right, their second ETF, well, it's the Evolve Canadian Energy Enhanced Yield Index Fund with maybe the best ticker I've seen in a while, Oily, OILY. This ETF is designed to replicate the Selective Canada Energy Top 10 Index. And then they're going to add some covered calls as well as up to 25% leverage to create more income. The inception date on this one, March 26, 2025. Current price at time of recording, $8.81, and a management fee, 0.60%. This feels very low for what this fund does. So that's not too shabby then. The yield, the yield looks great. 15.94% monthly dividend, 11.7 cents per share. This is one I think the income investors are going to they're going to gobble it up for sure. Okay, up next, normally we would talk about purpose ETFs, but they only launched a Solana ETF. And since we're not talking about crypto in this one, let's just move on to Hamilton. Hamilton launched one brand new ETF, and it's going to be the Hamilton Enhanced Mixed Asset ETF with another. I'm liking the tickers today. MIX, MIX. This fund it's actually quite interesting as it's going to hold 60% US stocks, 20% US treasuries, and 20% gold. They're also, of course, adding up to 25% leverage on this fund. This one began trading April 28th, so not that long ago, 2025, of course. Their price at the time of recording, $16.22, and they have waived their management fee for a year. So right now it's 0% until April 30th of 2026. Then they're bumping it up to 0.35%. We do know that there's going to be a quarterly dividend on this one, but they have not announced, well, they've not announced what it's going to be. So we do not know the yield and we don't know the amount yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. This one I think is going to fit. I think this one's going to fit in nicely with HYLD. So I have some big expectations for it. All right, let's move on to our next company. We have Harvest, and they had a pair of new ETFs in addition to, of course, their crypto ones, which we're not going to talk about. First, they have their Harvest Low Volatility Canadian Equity ETF, ticker HVOL. This ETF holds 40 top Canadian companies ranked and weighted by their overall risk score, and they also take into consideration their market cap weight. They also limit their investment to a maximum of 4% for any one company. That's pretty good for diversification for sure. This one did launch April 15th, 2025. Current price at time of recording, $12.63. Management fee, 0.35%. And they've got a yield, 2.85%. Quarterly dividend of 9 cents per share. Now, they also released the Harvest Low Volatility Canadian Equity Income ETF, ticker HVOI. This ETF, it follows the exact same strategy as HVOL, but they take it a step further by adding covered calls to the mix to create, well, of course, more income. This one also rolled out April 15th, 2025. Current price, $12.60. Management fee, 0.65%. Now, the yield on this one, much higher, 7.62%. Monthly dividend, 8 cents per share. So this one could be very popular as we get into a more turbulent economy. Those low volatility funds are going to be very attractive, and adding some yield to it, well, that's a recipe I think I can get behind. All right, let's switch to Global X. And I think they were the busiest of everybody. They had 4 new ETFs, and of course, addition to their Bitcoin one, which we're not going to talk about in this video. Let's start with the Global X Equal Weight Canadian REITs Index ETF, ticker REIT. This ETF is designed to give equal weight exposure to Canada's biggest REITs. They started trading this one on April 30th, 2025. Current price at time of recording, $20.54. They have waived the management fee, so it is 0 until December 31st of 2025. Then it's going up to 0.25%. The current yield on this one, 2.85%. Monthly dividend, 9 cents per share. I, of course, am a fan of REITs. This, of course, is not really going to be your income-driven one, but we should get some good growth on it. Next, we have the Global X Equal Weight Canadian Telecommunications Index ETF. And its ticker is RING, Ring. What is it with these? These tickers are really good today. This ETF is designed to give equal weight exposure to Canada's biggest telecommunication companies. It began trading as well on April 30th, 2025. Price at time of recording, $16.03. Management fee of 0. Once again, this one is also waived until December 31st, and then it's going up to 0.25%. Now, we do know there's going to be a dividend on this, but we don't know. All we know is it's going to be a monthly dividend. We don't know how much yet. We don't have an idea. No yield. We got no yield, no value. So I got nothing for you on that. This is an interesting sector. This sector is down. Eventually, when the telecommunications sector, when they start to actually turn around and start moving up, this could be a very interesting ETF for sure. All right, up next, we got the Global X Defense Tech Index ETF, ticker SHLD, or it looks like SHIELD. This ETF offers exposure to a globally diversified portfolio of companies involved in, well, the development of advanced military systems, technology, and hardware development, spanning key markets across Europe, North America, and Asia. This one, of course, did started trading there on April 30th, 2025. Current price at time of recording, $21.11. Management fee, 0.49%. They're not entirely sure if it's going to have a dividend yet, but they said if there is a dividend, it will be annual. If it happens, they're not sure. Finally, we have the Global X Enhanced Russell 2000 Covered Call Index ETF, ticker RSCL. So this ETF is going to provide some exposure to those US small cap companies as found on the Russell 2000, and then add covered calls to generate some monthly income for the ETF. Now, this one was supposed to launch on April 30th, 2025, but currently it's listed. All I'm seeing in listing for it is $0, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. But once they get this one sorted out, the management fee a little bit higher, 0.85%, and no idea whether or not we're going to get any kind of dividends on this one. So this is kind of that. This last one is the you know, it's the I have no clue what's going on with it, but I did include it. I did include it because I like the idea. I like the idea of the Russell. I think a Russell ETF is fantastic. All right. It is always great to see new ETFs, and these are nine I will certainly be watching for sure. Of course, in the coming weeks, we're going to drop a video breaking down those new crypto ETFs as well. If you are interested in the ETFs that we looked at today, don't forget to put in a whole heaping helping of due diligence before you place any of your hard-earned money on the table. Let's continue that learning journey by checking out this video on, well, retirement income ETFs. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Well, that comes down to a few things, including low fleas. I hope they have no fleas.